Texas Tech Red Raiders at home, welcoming in the Longhorns here. 4 is the number I'm seeing for Texas. 146 is the total. I believe this is a game at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Fifth ranked Texas Longhorns. They've won 3 of their last 4. We just told you guys earlier that that beating of West Virginia was hard to watch here. Tech, though, they snapped that 2-game losing streak. They had a nice win over Kansas State. They were a 2-point home favorite, got it done. I don't know. What do we do here, Drew? I mean, here we go. Ranked favorite. I'm coming to Texas Tech. Can Texas Tech do the unthinkable and beat Texas here?
Joe, I think they can. Will they? I'm not 100% sure. Sidewise here, Texas laying the 4. And, the Big 12 conference, in my opinion, Joe, is the best conference in college basketball this season. And Texas is sitting at the top. So we got to give the Longhorns some respect here. They're 9-3 in the Big 12, 20-5 on the year, and they scored 94 points, like you talked about last time out. So I'm not really looking to step in front of Texas here, even though the spot I think kind of looks towards the Red Raiders here, particularly being in Lubbock. They are just 2-10 in the Big 12, but catching some points, being at home. And you talked about, this Red Raiders team, guys. Keep in mind, one of the best ways, in my opinion, to make money in sports betting is finding these teams that are bad, where the market has kind of thrown them out, and they just go from being bad to like decent. That's a great way to make money in college basketball. And sure enough, the Red Raiders, yes, just 2-10 in conference. However, have won 4 of their last 5 against the spread. But even more so, Joe, their offense here, 4 of their last 5 have gone to the over as well. Both teams combining 16-9 to the over. That's 64% overs. So seeing this 145.5 as the total, Joe, I think that's the way to play this game, this Lone Star State battle. Big 12 conference overs have been money. I'm going to bet another one here. Texas Tech to the over tonight, Joe.
All right. Well, there you go. Expecting some points. We did see this earlier this season, and it was a close one, too. I think Texas ended up winning at home, but by barely a bucket. But I do believe there's injury concerns for Tech here with their leader on the court there, Pop Isaacs. I believe he missed that game, the last game, and he's probably thankful. But he missed that game, and now he's questionable for tonight. So he did drop, I believe, 23 on Texas last time they played here. So what do you think about the Red Raiders' chances of breaking through on this one?
I think it's a good setup. I mean, you've got a quality team at home with the revenge motive. And once again, that was a competitive loss, as you mentioned. That game back on January 14th, a month ago, was a 2-point loss as an 8-point dog. They actually, don't forget, led that game by 9 points outright at halftime. So there was nothing misleading by losing by 2. They could have definitely won that game outright. The concern, if you have one, is both teams made 8 threes, but Texas only shot 28.5%. But they did rely on the 3 more. And in fact, Texas Tech only shot 40% for the game and still lost by only 2. So I think that's a positive overall, and it's a sign that they can hang in this one. And once again, we get a live dog at home, a good team at home. On the season, 10-4 straight up on this home court. And Texas coming off, meanwhile, the impressive blowout of West Virginia. And they've got another home game on deck this Saturday against Oklahoma. So this could be a little bit of a sandwich letdown spot as well.
So it's hard to believe, right? A team that's won 2 conference games, Jimmy, and we're trying to debate if they're even going to be they have a chance of winning this game against a team that's vying for a number 1 seed in the tournament. So what do you think here? It just goes to show you how competitive the Big 12 is.
Yeah, I just think it's a dangerous game for Texas, despite how good we all know they are. Texas Tech is always ready to step up in a game when UT comes to town, right? That was evidenced by they had a 2-point loss when these teams met earlier in Austin. Tech's feeling pretty good about themselves, fresh off a 8-point win over a pretty good Kansas State team, right? They're now 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games. You look at this Texas offense, we all know how good it is. We all know how dominating they can be. But for some reason, the Red Raiders know how to hang with this team. And laying points in this rivalry in Lubbock, it just seems pretty dangerous. Tech's been forcing turnovers. K-State wasn't the only elite team that they've taken down at home lately. They also beat Iowa State when they came to Lubbock. The underdogs 10-4 in the last 14 meetings between these two schools. That cashed in the. I think it has a chance to cash here as well. It's probably not a game I'll be playing, but if I am, it has to be with Tech.
I go Tech here in this one. It is a dangerous spot for sure for Texas, and there's a number of games like that across the card here tonight in college hoops.